Cuphead is a really cool game, probably my favorite out of any I've played. It has a very old-timey feel to it. On the other end of the spectrum is artificial intelligence. It's still kind of cool, but it's a very futuristic thing. So what if I combine them together? Hey gamers, Jarenzo10 here, and today I'm going to show you Eamon the Axolotl, an AI-generated Cuphead boss. And thanks to Chowmix, a cool Sonic YouTuber, who inspired this video idea by making a Sonic OC with an AI. First, I had to find an AI to use. Well, you may remember one of my previous videos where I used AI Dungeon to rewrite the entirety of the game Earthbound. So, despite it being a storytelling AI and not an all-around chatbot that can generate characters, I decided to let it make the character for me. Here's how the conversation went. First, I asked the general question, can you help me create a Cuphead boss? It explained to me that it was a
simple dungeon master,
and that it
can't create monsters.
I decided to try and butter it up a bit so it would give me ideas. But surely, with all the information and knowledge you've gained, you can imagine up a new boss that would fit in with the game's cast. As it turns out, however, I'm not very good at buttering up AIs. It instead just gave me 3 steps for creating a Cuphead boss. It said I needed to imagine, create, and test, which sounds vaguely familiar. Either way, I gave in and did the first step. I imagined. I just thought of one of my favorite animals, an axolotl, and a mechanic that I think should have been added to the game, fights taking place underwater. After that, I asked the AI what type of attacks it should have. It suggested a way for it to hit the player with its tentacles and to bite the player, poisoning them. It would also have health that regenerates after a certain period of time, which makes sense since axolotls can regenerate parts of their bodies. And by the way, no, axolotls do not have tentacles. But anyway, after imagining the axolotl boss, I needed to create. So, I turned to what I do when I'm bored in school, drawing in my sketchbook. I drew up this axolotl, turning the little frilly things on its head into tentacles like the AI suggested. After that, I told the AI the sketch was done, and asked how I was supposed to test it. The AI did not cooperate. So instead, I asked some general questions to determine the Cuphead boss basics of this character. First, I asked its name, and after a few minor setbacks, we settled on Eamon. From what the AI is telling me, it doesn't seem like it has any transformations mid-fight, so perhaps it could be a bit like the Captain Brineybeard battle, where the same phase goes on for most of the fight, and different attacks are slowly added in. It is also mentioned that the axolotl boss is at level 12, which in Cuphead could be interpreted as it being 12th on the list of bosses, meaning it's somewhere in Inkwell Isle 3, or there being 8 whole Inkwell Isles we haven't discovered yet. I'll let you decide. And finally, I needed a death quote. In case you've never played Cuphead, basically when you lose to an enemy, they'll have a different card show up on screen depending on what phase you died on. I asked Eamon what he would say after defeating an enemy, and it turns out that he would say the following. By the gods, this is the day. I have crushed my enemies, and today I am the oof. Truly wise words from this artificial axolotl. But wait, on the death cards it shows an image of the boss that just beat you. We don't have an image of this axolotl. Well, we do, but it wasn't generated by AI, which makes it bad. So for this, I called up Crayon, also known as Dolly Mini. Crayon generates images based on a prompt you type into it. So if I typed, say, Freddy Fazbear revealed to have actually been Sans Undertale in disguise, I get beautiful images such as these. Anyway, I asked it to generate images of a 1930s cartoon-styled axolotl with tentacles and a poison bite. It gave me lots of images, but I will use this one as the base. So while I draw this character based on the AI-generated image, I'll let you listen to the AI-generated theme song. That's right, there's a website called SoundDraw, and you can use it to generate music with artificial intelligence. This is Aquatic Ambush, created by SoundDraw and named by AI Dungeon. Hey guys, it's me as an editor here. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost the footage of the time-lapse of me drawing Eamon the Axolotl, so that's unfortunate. I still do have the image, and I still do have the original AI-generated image, so right here is the AI-generated image, Gaze Upon Its Glory. And right here is the image that I traced over, or not that I traced over, that I drew by tracing over it. And playing right now is Aquatic Ambush, which, by the way, I will be posting a separate video that's literally just the song, so you can use it with credit. And there we have it. This is Eamon the Axolotl, fearsome foe and boss of the 12th level. Any who face him in the level Aquatic Ambush are sure to have a hard time dodging his tentacle whip attacks and his poisonous bite, and all vanquished by him will have his voice echoing in their heads for the last moments of their pathetic lives. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. The AI Dungeon actually came up with a video outro without me even prompting it to, so here it is.
In the end, you reached the Master Mode CUPHEAD boss. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed creating your own CUPHEAD boss. If so, please leave a comment below.
I wholeheartedly agree with what the AI said. Definitely do leave a comment below if you enjoyed. Like the video for more wacky Cuphead content in addition to free oxygen. Don't give in to the robots, and have a great day. This is JRenzo10 signing off. Wait, yo, that outro actually kinda synced with the knockout animation, not gonna lie.